Трофейчик, как заказывали.
Currently, the armed forces of Ukraine are holding back one of the most powerful offensives since the beginning of the full-scale invasion, Commander-in-Chief Oleksandr Syrsky said during a meeting with a delegation of Czech troops. I informed my Czech colleagues about the situation on the front line, which continues to be difficult. Active combat operations, which are ongoing in certain directions, require constant updating of the resources of Ukrainian units. Currently, the armed forces of Ukraine are holding back one of the most powerful Russian offensives from the start of a full-scale invasion, the head of the army said. According to the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, 145 combat clashes were recorded over the past 24 hours. The most tense situation remains in the Kharkiv direction, where the defense forces repelled 52 attacks. In the near future, the main efforts of the Russians will be concentrated precisely in the Seledovoy region and in the Kharkiv direction, military and political analyst Kovalenko told Liga.net in a comment for a large text about the situation in the Donetsk region. The 35th Marine Brigade captured a Russian T-72 tank in the eastern direction.
Here's your little trophy, just as you ordered. It's brand new, fresh, and sexy. We got slightly burned with it, but we made it.
Propaganda has given many Russians an unrealistic view of Russia's progress in the war, according to a Russian mill blogger. People have forgotten how to separate truth from fiction, while in reality the Ukrainians remain determined and are inflicting heavy losses. Voenkor Kotenok writes that our society and the media have an absolutely inadequate assessment of the military situation in the Special Military Operation Zone. Unfortunately, the tone for distorting the information background and often disinformation was set even before the start of the special operation by official security forces in the form of some talking heads with General Stars, who, when broadcasting ticker tapes, threw in figures that radically overstated the enemy's losses in manpower and equipment by several times. These reports were broadcast almost daily. When adding up the indicators and figures, it turned out to be almost complete destruction of the Ukrainian armed forces. At this rate, we accounted for the enemy's personnel several times over. This flow was echoed by numerous talk shows on TV channels, where the enemy was presented as a demoralized, absolutely militarily inadequate mass, a herd that was being sent to slaughter in droves. Demonization of the enemy was elevated to the rank of an obligatory everyday phenomenon to such an extent that people have forgotten how to separate truth from fiction. And now, with the advance of the Russian armed forces in the Donetsk direction and the halt of the Ukrainian armed forces near Kursk, the media, some influencers, and chatterboxes on TV have already started babbling, as in February 22nd, that 1. The Ukrainian armed forces front has crumbled, 2. The supply of weapons, equipment, and ammunition from the West is coming to an end for a number of reasons, 3. In a month or two, the enemy will have no one and nothing to fight with, and capitulation is coming. 4. Others are already tormented by doubts about whether to give Lviv to the Poles, etc. In general, the benefit performance of self-confidence is taking place again, which is hardly consistent with reality. And here is why. 1. The enemy's defense has not crumbled, has not disappeared. The enemy is retreating west of Donetsk, in a number of areas thinly, but holding on. 2. Foreign arms deliveries to the Ukrainian armed forces have changed, but they continue and will continue, even despite the possible change of top officials in the United States. 3. As colleagues rightly point out, Kyiv no longer has cyclopean reserves, but units and formations abroad are preparing. The commander-in-chief of the Ukrainian armed forces, Syrsky, gave the order to transfer units undergoing combat coordination from abroad to the front. The enemy is raking out the male population from the bins of Ukraine and is ready to put the Hitler Youth and female units into action. 4. Finally, to put it mildly, there is no smell of capitulation, for now. The Ukrainian armed forces are still holding bridgeheads in the Kursk region of the Russian Federation, periodically trying to advance deep into Russian territory. Despite significant losses, the enemy is trying to maintain logistics in this direction. ensuring replenishment, rotation, and compensating for the loss of personnel. 5. We are conducting offensive actions. Contrary to the laws of military science, we are moving forward with minimal numbers thanks to the mass courage and heroism of personnel. The losses are very high, both near Kursk and near Donetsk. The enemy is transferring reinforcements, trying to prevent the collapse of the front. The enemy is still trying to use missile weapons in our operational and tactical rear, working on the points of temporary deployment of units and formations of the Russian armed forces. Achilles, assault UAV battalion destroyed a Russian T-72 tank and a BMP-2, while also damaging another BMP-2, a UAZ Patriot, and a Kamaz. Ukraine is using dozens of domestically made AI-augmented systems for its drones to reach targets on the battlefield without being piloted, a senior official said, disclosing new details about the race against Russia to harness automation. Systems that use artificial intelligence allow cheap drones carrying explosives to spot or fly to their targets in areas protected by extensive signal jamming, which has reduced the effectiveness of manually piloted drones. The shift towards the use of AI, particularly in drone target finding and flight control, is an important emerging front in the technology race that has unfolded since Russia launched its full-scale invasion in February 2022. There are currently several dozen solutions on the market from Ukrainian manufacturers. They are being purchased and delivered into the armed forces and other defense forces, Ukraine's Deputy Defense Minister Katerina Chernohorenko said of drone AI systems. She said they were currently being used in a targeted way in special operations. Automated drone systems are in high demand among soldiers searching for ways to beat the rapidly increasing use of electronic warfare on the battlefield. Deputy Chairman of the Russian Security Council, Dimitri Medvedev, blamed the West for everything happening in Ukraine. If Western countries, and above all the United States, had the flexibility and intelligence to conclude security treaties with Russia, there would have been no special military operation. But they are used to breaking everyone over the knee, said Medvedev.
Had Western countries, and even before the United States had the flexibility and wisdom to strike security agreements with Russia, there would have been no need for any special military operation. But they are accustomed to bending everyone to their will. They operate on the principle, the belief in the exceptionalism of the United States interests. That's a huge mistake. I'll put it this way. It will be their downfall eventually.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. He's doing the job every day.